Hello, hi, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Lotus, Lotus the Sage. Thanks for your time. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm excited for this reading. So today's reading is going to be which era of your life has you in a stronghold. So we're going to find out which era, naturally, the events that may have led to the halt, how it has been impacting your life, what to do about it now since you're hyper-focused on it because of this reading, and so, of course, some future guidance. So, for pile 1, your pick a card here is this one, and we'll look at that card close to the end of your reading. Pile 2. And pile 3. Okay, my lovelies, so take a second, see which card might be calling to you, and then I'll see you at that choice. Ciao. Welcome, my pile 1. I'm going to spread out your cards first, and then we'll get into your messages. Okay, my beautiful pile 1, let's get into your messages. Let's find out which era of your life has you in a stronghold, which is these two cards here. So you have the Child Divine in the reverse, or in the shadow attribute. I'll read the shadow first. It says, an inability to defend oneself against negative forces. The light attribute says, innocence, purity, and redemption suggests a special connection with the divine. And then you have Thanatos, which is death. Interesting. So what I'm actually feeling for you here, my loves. Wow. This is deep. Okay, just as deep as mine was. So, or the reading I did for myself, I should say. So what I'm getting here, which era of your life is from your childhood, naturally, child divine, but it's almost like you had and have a stronger connection to spirit or to the other side in some capacity. And what I'm getting here is I'm hearing like they snuffed it out. Like they killed that particular trajectory, either because of past beliefs or old entanglements is what I'm hearing. Fear for you. So what they're telling me is the stronghold is your inability to see, I think, as clearly or as deeply as you may have when you were younger. Because it was, again, in for lack of a better word, taken off of your path, or you were pushed off of the path. That's how they're showing it to me, like they're like shoving a hand. And I think because of that particular choice that was made on, I guess, on your behalf, so to speak, may have prevented you from feeling confident enough, or the ability to say no to things, boundaryless in some way, easily or susceptible to manipulation. I'm feeling like you didn't listen possibly to those intuitive spiritual gifts that you had after a certain point. I just heard the number 8. Could be 8 years old. Yeah, because in this Thanatos here, like, I know in the center you can't really like make out what exactly is happening here, but what I'm feeling here is your energy is this cloaked, and they, like, because I see a face here. This is what I mean. Sorry. I don't know if you can see that. The nose, the eye. Like, I see a face. And all these hands are just pulling this energy down with this cobweb, you know? Like, you trying to emerge, this gift of yours trying to emerge, and that's what I'm feeling. It was squashed. And that's why that shadow attribute is the one that came up for you first. The inability to defend oneself against negative forces. And again, that feels the same way. Like being able to, again, controlled in some way or manipulated in some way. Very interesting. Let's see the events that led to this halt. Or like why this even was the choice made. Sky Dancers, Surrender, number 48. Oh man. And 64, Woodwives. Damn. Adaptability. Before I really tap into the energies, intuitively what I'm feeling first, just based on the words given, is the same thing. You had to surrender and adapt to the circumstance. And that adaptability required you to squash this particular gift based on what I'm feeling now. But there's, like I said, there's a very clear, deep connection to source energy for you. You have a gift you were born with that I do not know. If you know, I don't think that you use. It's not a matter of not knowing. I just don't think that you use. Because this surrender energy and this liberation energy, this, again, a freedom that you had to sort of travel and wander and connect and commune with. But what I'm like, that's what I'm feeling. It's like, that's what it was. Like, you surrendered to source and you surrendered to your environment to be adaptable. Yeah, and this talks about like strong roots. And it feels like in the home, like I'm getting a very strong emphasis on in the home. This is interesting. Let's get some more. The crossroads. The clouds. And the ring. Wow. How one. So again, echoing to what we've talked about here, the surrender energy, the dual energy that this encompasses, this crossroads that you had to make a choice. At your young, beautiful, smart, intelligent, connected energy had to make a choice, and the choice, unfortunately, was clouded. You couldn't make a sound judgment either because not all the information was clear because you're still learning. Two, the imprints or the ideas or the fears of your environment imprinted on you, which clouded your true commitment or connection or contract with spirit in some way. But this ring is also bringing me to the marriage or the contract within the unit that this involves. So you had to make a choice. It was a clouded decision that led you into a commitment, a long-term commitment that you've been honoring for so long, hence the stronghold. And I feel like why I'm doing this reading is because of this particular energy, right? I know this well. It's like the invisible things that we think we've either understood so clearly or understood the root of it, and then it goes even farther back. That's what this feels like. Interesting. Okay, well, let's look into what do you do now that we're in hyper focus of this energy. Let's see. So we have the 5 of air in the reverse. Temptation, the devil. The hanged man in the reverse. Eight of air. Six of air in the reverse. And 2 of water. What I'm feeling most clearly in your tarot cards, especially if we're referencing what to do now, this 5 of air in reverse and this 8 of air in particular is, this card makes me feel like this angel is moving the clouds away. like for you to find clarity, you coming out of the confusion of the mind or the belief system from your past that has kept you in this particular stronghold, which is this temptation energy here, holding on to a particular belief and can't move forward with that. You can't move forward with that particular energy. So again, spirit here is clearing the clouds, you know, for that clarity. And this hangman is beautiful. Like, you can see that there's like a very faint string that he's attached to, you know, but in the reverse, it looks like he's flying off, detaching himself from it. It's beautiful imagery for me. And that's what it feels like. I am no longer swinging in this particular stalemate of this era of my life. I want to move forward. I want to find a better connection with source energy, with myself again. You know, so that I can protect myself, that I can choose for myself, that I can discover and learn for myself. So what to do about it here is a matter of you, again, I think just the hyper focus or the new sense of awareness when it comes to this era of your life or how it has impacted you. It's your spirit wants you to let go and don't hold yourself in this place anymore. You don't have to eat from that particular fruit. Go out and explore. I'm really feeling that explorer type of energy, my love. So the era of your life, this child divine, tap into these new energies now, my lovely. Tap into what they want for you moving out of this. This is amazing. Let's see your encouraging words from spirit. Wish upon a star. I am made from the stuff of stars. I matter. Abso-freaking-lutely. That's exactly what has been squashed or pushed aside, is that strength in that belief of source and your particular gifts. It can also be like a connection to speaking with the dead too. Maybe you not predicted, but maybe you foretold somebody dying or talked to somebody that had passed and it freaked out your family. It's something like that. This is the strong energy I'm getting. Very interesting. Okay, so to close off your beautiful messages here, my lovelies, we are going to add this number up. There's only 72 angels in this particular deck, if I'm not mistaken. And we have 73 here as a number for Thanatos. So I'm going to look at the 72nd angel and the first for you guys. So you guys have 2 angels for your closing guidance. Wğɪᴜʀ, Wğɪᴜʀ, feels like Wğɪᴜʀ. And Mumia, or Mumia, Wğɪᴜʀ and Mumia. I love these names. Okay, so let's read 72 first. And I'll show you here. Sorry guys, you can screenshot it if you like. It says, look at this. Rebirth, great receptivity, psychic abilities, mystical experiences, new beginning, high initiations leading to major transformation and new knowledge, sows the seeds of new life, understands the law of reincarnation and how affinities manifest on this level. Oh, this is so perfect. Beginning of angelic transformation and mutation. Beautiful, this angel moving it away for you. Announcing the end of one cycle and the beginning of a new one. The understanding and the hyper-focus of what we're on here. Brings to an end, helps terminate what has been started. Concrete achievements and materialization. Concerns medicine and health. Terminal phase in which the seed of renewal is found. Accompanies the dying. Great experience of life. Opening of consciousness, of your conscience. This is beautiful. And then your next one. Sorry. Cool. It says divine will brings the primordial creative fire, capacity to undertake, initiate, begin, success for all creations, guides towards innovative work in an avant-garde field, sets an example, serves as a model and a leader, enables us to get out of an impasse and confusion. This is, you know, it's so interesting. I feel like this is after you get through this. This is the energy that you'll be in. It's like the after this energy. This is what this feels like. Sets examples, enables us to get out of it. Yep, great. Renewed energy that enables us to heal illness, ill-being, and depression. Abundance of energy, courage, audacity, bravery. Love as if it were the first time. Understanding the importance of ourselves, hence the importance of others, individuality and intimacy. Capacity to concentrate, to focus on an objective, helps us understand true success and leadership. My lovelies, these are your beautiful messages of the area that has a stronghold on you, how to move through these energies, recognizing that particular pattern, call on these angels if you believe in angels to help you with these particular energies that you're moving through, again, to overcome this particular past belief about self. And also through your lineage, you know, like to the end of one cycle, the beginning of another. This has so many layers for you in this reading. I'm sending you so much love. I hope this was helpful. I love doing this reading. And until next time, keep watering your lives. Ciao. Welcome, my pal twos. Okay, we'll spread out your cards and then we'll get into your messages. Okay, my beautiful pal twos, let's see which era of your life has a stronghold on you, which are these two cards here. We have the Saboteur, the light attribute. Says, highlights your fear of self-empowerment and the changes it would bring to your life. Shadow attribute, induces self-destructive behavior or the desire to undermine others. Okay, and then we have Gnosis. Interesting. So this may or may not apply for all, but I don't know even why I had to say it that way, but that's what how they're bringing the wording to me. I'm getting a sense of, it's almost as if somebody were to highlight your particular fears or shortcomings, it would make you even sink back even farther. And that's interesting. So there's like this knowing of something that you do, like a habit, a quirk, an idiosyncrasy, you know, like in some way that you're very aware of. And when somebody or something is, if that's highlighted in some way, I feel like you end up recoiling. That's the energy that they're giving me first. Because if this era of your life is you being the saboteur, technically, and I feel that that's the light attribute spirals you into the shadow. Like when somebody highlights your fear of, you know, like maybe you should do this and this, you'd be able to have this. It makes you think of maybe I should have, or why didn't I do that? And then it gets you into this weird spiral where it induces self-destructive behavior. And then you undermine your own deep knowing. There's something very interesting about that energy. I'm going to take a little bit more time. Let me give me a second. Like the phrasing I'm hearing is like blowing your own shit up. And then I'm asking like, why? Why? For some, it's a feeling of not good enough. For others, it's I can do better. And for others, I'm running away. I'm afraid, is what I heard. Wow, okay. Let's see what events led to this particular halt. Perfect storm. Oh my gosh. The courage to step into life. and the covenant, sacred contract, number 7. Very spiritual numbers, 44, 7. Okay, before I take a little bit more time with this, because there's so many messages here and I just need to sort them out. What I'm feeling first, it was like I was saying, it was the perfect elements for this change, this life change to occur. And like I said, it almost did the opposite of what the intention was. That's what this is, what I'm feeling like. And it's also making me think of the same thing like I said, of blowing up your own stuff. It's like you're not taking the opportunity sometimes. It's like you allow it to pass you by, that quick moment of, again, a moment of change, and you're like, you either run from it or afraid of it. There is that energy too. This is interesting. Yeah, it's like you hid from the turbulence of the big change, which is feeling like this contract with self. You know, the sacred contract you made with yourself, that deep knowing of where you're almost deliberately veering yourself off your own path out of fear that you will not be good enough. And again, maybe there is a fear of like, afraid of what you're actually signing up for, what you're getting yourself into. But it has to be based on truth, not necessarily your truth, like a universal truth that is of benefit for all involved. And to a degree, you not following a particular knowing is not in line with the greater consciousness, so to speak. And it doesn't mean that you don't have this free will to choose other, but it will keep you in this perpetual, spiral down. They want you to get out of that loop, hence the stronghold. Let's get some more. We have the garden, the book, the open book, and the ship. Like, it echoes right back into your Lenormand cards, like out in the open, gathering people, social, like producing something, information out there, all of a sudden dips, just ships and leaves, movement, going somewhere. It's very flighty. It's extremely flighty. You do not stay places long, or you may not have a follow through type of energy. And I think this saboteur energy is the root cause of that lack of follow through. And they want you to let go of that mindset. They just said it's not greener somewhere else if it's not green in your soul. And they're bringing their reference to growth, earth energy, heart chakra. Wow, Pal 2. Okay, so what do you do now that we're hyper focused on this energy? Here we go. We have the 9 of air in the reverse. We have death, transformation in the reverse. Wow, all reversals. Ace of air in the reverse. Oh my goodness. 2 of fire in the reverse. Wow. The Emperor in the reverse. Don't tell me if this one's reverse, I'll trip out. Oh my god. Page of water in the reverse. Wow. Okay. They said you have to allow yourself to get out of your head to find truth, to find the clarity, which is why we brought up the green in your soul. You need to find what that is from a feeling sense, not from a mental sense. The plan or the way you were going about things in your past was keeping you stuck in the same stronghold, in the same belief system, in the same self-sabotaging energies that you were allowing yourself to entertain. And I'm feeling like a poor me about it. Like, why isn't it working? No disrespect, this is out of love. But the energy that their spirit is emphasizing here is that why isn't it working? Why do I do this? Or why do things keep falling apart? When I think in turn, it has more to do with your energy, of you not finishing something or seeing it fully to its completion. Or again, just thinking that it's crap. And that's why it's not working, because you never really get to that end phase, because you stop it before it gets there. So what to do about it is we need to stop. How do we stop this saboteur behavior? But now that you can see that this deep knowing is coming from a place of any of those examples or other that I gave, and you see this pattern within yourself, if you can recognize when this happens, can you get out of your head and get back into your body and feel for what the next appropriate step would be for you not to repeat the same pattern? Because you won't find that clarity if you're not coming from that space of, they're telling me emptiness. That liminal space, that void space, that releasing of the control, of allowing the transformation and the end of something to happen. Find a better foot forward, a better step forward, a better plan. Speaking of your feet, let's get your message. The lucky walk, look at that. I am generous and loving with yourself. Take that lucky path towards a generosity and loving self. Generosity of spirit in loving yourself, they said. Wow, Paltu, this was crazy cool. So for your closing messages, we are going to look at an angel, if you believe in angels, for your guidance. And we're using this particular card for that angel. And we have 75 here. They only have 72 angels in this deck. So I'm going to get the 72nd angel, which is similar to pile 1. And I'm going to get you the 3rd angel so that we get the 75. Yeah? Okay, cool. So, 𝒫𝒏, which is the first part of this. Yeah. You can screenshot if you like. It says rebirth, which is what's needed, great receptivity, psychic abilities, mystical experiences, new beginning, high initiations leading to major transformations and new knowledge, sows the seeds of new life, understands the law of reincarnation and how affinities manifest on all levels. This is a part of the sacred contract for you, this deep knowing. Beginning of angelic transformation and mutation. Stop resisting. Announces the end of one cycle and the beginning of a new one. Brings to an end, helps terminate what has been started. This pattern of yours, they're trying to terminate that for you. Concrete achievements, materializations, concerns medicine and health. Terminal phase in which the seed of renewal is found. Accompanies the dying, great experience of life, opening of conscience. And then 𝒫𝒏, number 3, says construction, master builder on the inside and on the outside. High science grants us the capacity to expand the ability to make everything fructify. Fructify, that's a new word for me. Fructify, cool. Planner, great strategist, gifted with a practical mind, honest, upright, administrator, support which helps us overcome all difficulties and adversities, capacity to engender a child, a project, helps us become aware of our errors and transforms our karma. Nobility, magnanimity, there we go, magnanimity, generosity, clemency. Faithful to one's word, keeps promises, peacemaker, work with important responsibilities, architect and engineer in the service of the divine. Great. This is what they're, when I was feeling the blowing up your own stuff, this architecture and engineer, this is a part of your deep knowing where your contract lies. Architect to the divine, engineer of the divine. Again, the things that you're creating, you don't finish them somehow. Gift for negotiating, enthusiasm, social and political renown. So my beautiful collective of Pile 2, that's the era of your life that has you in a stronghold. These are the angels that want to help you surpass this particular limitation at the moment. So embrace these energies, really look back on where you may have or may still be doing this particular or continuing this particular pattern. I am sending you so much love. I hope this was helpful. Until next time, keep watering your lives. Ciao. Welcome, my Pile 3s. All right, I'm going to spread out your cards and then we will get into your messages. All right, my beautiful collective of Pile 3, let's see which era of your life has you in a stronghold, and it's going to be these two cards here. Ooh, we have Femme Fatale. All right, I need to say something. So when your card flipped out, it came out sideways, and Spirit told me there's a significance with the sideways energy, okay? And I either think that you might be coming out of these energies or coming more deeply into the recognition of the pattern, therefore allowing you to come out of these energies. Side note. So light attributes say, highlights the erotic energy of the feminine, opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. Shadow attributes, inappropriate use of sexuality, attachment to money and power. Ooh, and the bardo, which is that liminal space, the in-between, the void. What I heard first, don't shoot the messenger, there was a divide between healthy expression of feminine sexuality. It replaced a different type of intimacy that one was originally or truly seeking. Then it transmuted into manipulation tactics or extremely overly transactional. Whoa, this is heavy, Pile 3. Please forgive me. These are the messages that came out. And of course, don't make them apply if they don't. And I think that they're... The main energy I'm getting here is there's a disconnect between a healthy expression of the female energy. And that could be specifically sexually motivated or money motivated, power motivated, which is to some degree the opposite of its natural expression, not to say that it's its only expression. I gotta find a better way to explain this, you guys. The bardo is made as a reminder that it's the space where you can forgive the unforgivable. So in whatever, which we'll find out, whatever events led you into this choice of persona or characteristic or archetype, was there still as a learning tool. However, I still think that you're battling with it, and I think they're saying that once you release the dependency on that feeling or that need, once it's rejected, you'll be able to really flow through that liminal space and reconnect with it in a better way or from a different perspective. Let me put it that way. No judgments here, my lovelies. Okay, wow. Okay, let's get into the events that may have led to this halt. The benefactor, grace and generosity. And of course, you guys got 2 cards on this one, so I honored it. You have the Unmarked Trail, Revelation, number 57, and Crown Games. Look at this. Right use of power. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Like, there is, based on these the energies of these cards, it's like, again, the unhealthy expression of the feminine, which I get from grace and generosity. It was like what you gave of yourself in some way wasn't the true expression of your particular feminine energy. And like I said, the sideways energy of your card, this is what this revelation, this unmarked trail is making me think of, is that you have recognized this pattern or this belief system or how you've been operating to some degree that is leading you into the discovery of how you didn't use your power right. How to actually use that power and where that may have stemmed from, where the belief of that choice came from, so to speak. They said you have to detach to reattach. And I don't know if it's Sheryl Crow. Wow, I don't even know her music. Is that every day is a winding road. Get a little bit closer. I don't know if you know who that is. Sorry for my voice, but that's the energy I'm getting here. But it feels, okay, again, for reassurance, it feels like you're moving out of it, hence the sideways energy. It's like there has been a recognition to some degree, and I think this reading is reinforcing what you've already recognized. Let's see what else. We have the mountain. Yeah, that obstacle from the beginning. And I also just heard the path that was laid out for you, though. That's interesting. What does that mean? The bouquet. The path that was laid out for you, hey? Is she smelling a flower in here? No, she's covering her face. There's something interesting about this bouquet, because I thought she was smelling flowers for a hot second and it's just a fan. And I'm curious if there was like, okay, another scenario. Hypothetically speaking, or metaphorically speaking, I should say, a family member or parents sort of dictating how you're supposed to go about living your life, as a female in particular, or as a male, but whatever feminine, femme fatale energy this plays out in, whatever that is. And it's almost like an arranged marriage. It's almost like these are the type of men you're only allowed to date, or women you're only allowed to date, or people you're allowed to date. I don't know why I'm going into relationships right now, but there's this sexual intimacy in any ways. It's almost like it's like they gave you a burden and presented it like a gift. Fuck. Shit, pile 3. Damn, give me a second, because there's something else here too before I flip this last Lenormand card. Obstacles, something to overcome, a long road, a journey uphill. Feeling like you might be rewarded if you just go through the motions of or follow the instructions of. And then at some point, which is where I think you are currently, what else we got here? Look, the coffin, look at this, like I said. And at some point, you're like, no bueno. Like, I can't do this. This shit's gonna end real quick or real bad. So the events that led to it, again, this does not have to be your scenario of like that arranged marriage, but there was a feeling of like a path laid out for you by somebody else. And you were not allowed to sort of veer off it. You had to find a way to empower yourself within the disempowerment. And that's why I feel like there was a disconnect between the healthy expression of the feminine energy. or the female expression. Yeah, like, may I say no more? Like, it is a gift in disguise that's coming now, because you can end this, because you had to go through this particular obstacle, this spiritual growth for you to understand this. But still, like, damn. Fuck, I'm getting like a heavy, like, it's not even like forced into prostitution, but it's, there's a weird feeling about that. Like, it's almost like getting programmed with men like this, or if you want to seduce this type of man, these are like the lessons you got. Like, that's, again, this does not have to apply for everyone, but use it in the context of how this might apply for whatever this means for you. Like, it's that kind of energy, and that's, and again, taught like the wrong lessons in some way. But being able to forgive the unforgivable is the key to this bardo. And that's within you and within the people who effed you up in whatever way that was. And whoever played mind games with you, whoever overused your own generosity or manipulated their generosity into making you do something else that you didn't even realize possibly. Like, there's, whoo, guys. Man, okay. Okay, I kind of want to do a little bit of Palo Santo for you guys, because there is an energy here that I don't want to be lingering around you guys anymore, for sure. Because of the fact that I can feel your energy stepping out of it, or recognizing that there can be something different for you. You know? Release that. That grip in your chest, release that. That pain in your head, release that. That fake smile, release that. Okay, so what do we do now that we're hyper-focused on this freaking energy for you? Two of Earth. Okay. Okay. Four of Fire. Six of Earth. Pretty. Seven of Earth, Holy Pentacles. Ace of Fire. How interesting that the fire came out underneath fire, hey? And then we have the Two of Air. Okay, so what to do, my loves? Okay, so I feel that you might feel like you have two choices or two options in your brain or in your mind of how to move forward. The one that they're asking me to tell you to lean towards is the one that comes up the most often, or the first one that pops up, or that first idea, because there's something in your future energies that they're bringing me to that's the right idea. If it has any echo or resemblance of something from your past, in other words, I think that's not the right choice, quote unquote, yeah? Because whatever choice that first one is, or that one that leans you towards something newer, it brings you into a more stable footing or stable understanding of self or past self. That you're able to reconcile, again, forgive the unforgivable within yourself or within the dynamic. So go towards whatever that is, even if that's just a matter of, do I leave? Or do I step out from this field that I've been in and walk into another field? And this planning, again, the Seven of Earth, and the way that this guy is looking at this fairy, and this fairy to me is like pointing in this direction, this guy's pointing to there. So all of this energy is like leading me into this Four of Fire, which is that stability, which is that initial idea. The idea that you might be tossing up and juggling. And then you sort of come to this, I don't want to say place of rest, but it's like the rush, it doesn't have to be rushed, I think is really the emphasis here with this Two of Swords. like the particular healing of the understanding and the forgiving of the other and of self, you can take your time with, lovely. But when it comes to practically making plans or actions out of this, like I said, you're already in that in-between stage because the card came out sideways, like you're in the process of. So keep feeding that energy and not go backwards. That might be more of the clarity of that reference to that Two of Pentacles or Two of Earth for you guys. Because this Two of Swords talks about like there's no rush, there's a decision to be made, but take your time thinking about it. And that coming out underneath the Six of Pentacles makes me really think it's about, you know, the nostalgia of the past, the things that needed to be put to bed, the disbelief of how long you might have been living this particular lie. And I can't necessarily say it's a lie because there was very useful skills you learned through this particular energy. I am not dismissing that by any means. But it did not, or has not been, allowing you to grow any farther because the lesson has been learned. It's been implemented. So what to do, my lovely, is to keep moving in that direction. Everything is moving this way. She's looking at us, but peeking that way. Mind games, looking at us, direction this way, for looking down. What are they looking at? Up in here, you know? It's time to go this way. Oh, my beautiful. Okay, let's see what your card that you chose was. Candle Magic. Every day things get better. Exactly like I said, that you're already in that process of transforming, of stepping into that bardo. Of reclaiming the strength in your own personal power. Wow. These readings are so awesome today. I so much enjoyed them. So for your closing messages, we're using this card here, the Bardo, to find the angel for you, which is number 50. And we'll see what, as your closing messages and your guidance, we'll see what Angel 50, Daniel, has to say. Archangel Daniel. I think he's a new acquaintance of mine now. Hi, Daniel. Number 50. I don't know Archangel Daniel. Eloquence, great capacity to communicate and inspire people. Leadership, we talked about this in here. Capacity to announce and explain important decisions. Efficient, well thought out structuring, carried out gently and kindly. This is all of this energy. Well thought out structuring, carried out carefully and kindly. Ability to express things beautifully and pleasantly, to speak well so as to hurt no one. You've learned all of these skills. I'm trying to tell you there's something about this, but the expression of it isn't fully you, is what I'm getting at. Speech that attenuates the rigor of truth, speaking of the truth. Goddessness. Wow. Goodness, harmony, beauty, helps to see clearly, enables us to perceive events as they are and to make the most appropriate decision. Exactly what you are doing. You are seeing things as they are, making the appropriate decision to move forward. Facilitates detachment from matter so as to perceive truth. Detachment from matter. Capacity to materialize thoughts through deeds, speeches, singing, music, and the arts in general. So again, that beautiful energy of transforming, or excuse me, of using the femme fatale experience into something that is more, I want to just say eloquent, but more truth-based from your soul perspective. Wow. Wow. File 3. This was beautiful. I hope this helped you in discovering which era of your life this has a stronghold on you. So whenever this was for you, my lovely, this is what's still lingering now. How to go through it. Your Archangel Daniel, call on him. Every day things get better. Until next time. I hope they do. Keep watering your lives. Ciao.